Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever it is in your local time frame of the world. Welcome to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV from the beginning, where an experienced Final Fantasy XIV player starts it over fresh to remember all the things that he's forgotten because it's been so long since he was at this point in the game. Be sure and give the video a like, give the channel a subscribe, and ring ding rang clang that bell so you get notifications when these videos appear and other things come up on the channel. Now, last episode, we finished off the main story quests for Realm Reborn. We destroyed the Ultima weapon and saved all of Eorzea from the pending attack by the Empire, and had a little party, and then at the end of the party there was a big nasty loud roar. So now we're going to be finding out what all that roar involved. So let me kill that music, get this music up and going. Oh no, I don't want to leave the Viking Sands. I want to go with this other door with the glowy blue button on it. Go to the solar to talk to Minfilia. I do record these episodes live at twitch.tv/elecnor. So come on out, hang out, chat away with me. Give me some fashion tips on how you think I should dress Caden here. What other outfits I should look for. And garb I should grab. Let's see, we're going to do the price of principles. I'll come back and do a recurring problem later. But we're going to focus on the main story quests right now. Ooh, fending, maiming, striking. I can't use any of those. So I'll go for the money on this one. Oh. Caden, it pleases me to see you well. Do excuse me for interrupting, Caden. My lady, the gentleman from Ashgana Exports has just left. I understand now why you didn't want to receive him. You did well, Tataru. Please inform the guards we will not be receiving any further guests this afternoon. Thank you, my lady. Hi. Ever since we defeated Gaius Van Belsar and destroyed his ultimate weapon, the eyes of the world have followed our every move, scarce remembering to blink. Where once we worked in secret, with precious few friends and all too many enemies, we are now besieged by benefactors, each one more eager than the last to offer us his complete support. A true embarrassment of riches. Of course, every promise of patronage comes with a price. Some make their intentions known from the start, while others endeavor to engage us more subtly. Dress it how they will, the message is ever the same. We shall help you, but only if you help us. The gentleman Tataru spoke of was more brazen than most. In exchange for certain supplies, he would have us resolve a business dispute. Naturally, I refused him, as I have every other merchant of his ilk. Alas, the Syndicate's overtures are not so easily rejected. When we formed the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, it was with the goal of saving Eorzea, not the interests of individual Eorzeans. Our neutrality is fundamental to our cause. The broken remains of Louisoix's staff there. In my heart, I know this to be true, and yet, if accepting these offers of patronage could empower us to do greater good, might they not warrant greater consideration? Our Baldessian colleagues have been generous beyond measure, but we cannot expect them to... Forgive me, I did not mean to burden you so. Not a prob. Yet, my urge to share this dilemma may not be wholly misguided. Might I impose upon you to consult the others? They are like to have their own opinions on this matter. So since we're transitioning from one storyline chapter to another, there's going to be a whole lot of talking going on. And a lot of it by me. Okay, whose voice do I feel like tackling first? Rianche. 'Tis the lot of powerful to attract the covetous as well as the needy. Thus doth prudence dictate that those with power proffer aid with one hand, whilst the other resteth ever on their hilt. Alas, we have not the luxury of time to decipher our petitioners' machinations. Nay, not while the beast tribes do labour unseen, defiant in defeat, to raise up their fallen primals once more. Doubt not that they shall return, stronger and bolder both, nor that we shall be the ones to meet them. This sacred charge shall ever be ours. 'Tis but a pity we are so few, and our fortune so finite. Yep. I've been receiving a lot of gifts lately, but Papa Limo keeps making me send them back. It wouldn't be so bad, but some of them are really nice. I mean, very nearly abandon your principles nice, you know? As long as they're just very nearly abandon your principles nice, and not truly, fully, and completely abandon your principles nice. None can deny that we would benefit from more support, but if it comes at the cost of our principles? Neutrality was ever a delicate matter. I've lost count of the times I've had to explain to people that our allegiances need not necessarily lie in the same place as our headquarters. Mind you, if we are to sell our services for Gil, we might as well declare our fealty to Ul'dah now, and have done with it. I'm quite sure Yida would enjoy the bribes. Fortune begets power, and power fortune. That we, and especially you, have power is beyond doubt. The question is what to do with it. You may be interested to know that there is a growing belief amongst the refugees that Alamigo could be liberated, if only the Scions would commit their strength to the cause. Yet theirs is but one of many causes. We stand at a crossroads, Caden. Each path is paved with good intentions, but where they lead is far from clear. And isn't there a saying that the road to the seven hells is paved with good intentions? Recall your meeting with the Admiral shortly after the Laminsons sent word of the summoning of Titan? Then mayhap you also recall my words to our host. I said unto Merylwib that her people had broken their treaty with the kobolds, and that the beastmen had justly responded. That we had been called to intervene in a conflict which she herself had invited. I spoke, in short, the truth. And wherefore did I speak it? Because, owing no allegiance to Limsa, I felt no compulsion to allow the Laminsons to distort the facts and to fit a narrative which justified their actions and absolved them of guilt. A lot of current events on that. I'm going to leave that particular connection alone. Upon this subject, Minfilia can expect a similar reply. Our many dalliances with the city-states have already weakened our claim to neutrality, but the path she contemplates would see us relinquish it entirely. Okay, Alphino, what do you have to say? Well, your sister is off doing other things. This situation is not wholly unexpected. I too have given much thought to our organization's future, though it would seem I have reached a different conclusion. Mayhap it is time I made my feelings known to the antecedent. Come along, Caden. Alphino, Caden, is aught amiss? You desired counsel, and so you shall have it. Minfilia, the Science of the Seventh Dawn, must leave Ul'dah. We must do what? So long as we remain within Ul'dah territory, we will never be free to act with impunity. Moving our headquarters to Vesper Bay only delayed the inevitable. We have demonstrated our capabilities, and the Syndicate has taken note. They will not suffer our organization to remain independent now. We are far too dangerous for that. Surely you realize they are the reason Vesper Bay still lacks an Aetheryte? They know full well how beneficial one would be to our cause, which is why it and other favors will be denied us unless we cooperate. If Ul'dah is no longer suitable, where would you have us go? Experience has taught us that the appearance of neutrality is as important as the reality. Accordingly, we must keep each of the great nations at arm's length and plant our banner in a place which we all agree to be beyond their borders. Mordona. Revenant's Toll, to be precise. It lies within neutral territory and offers all the essential facilities we require. By way of an additional benefit, it is also frequented by a veritable legion of adventurers who may serve to supplement our ranks. I am, of course, conscious of the fact that we have developed a certain bond with Ul'dah and her people over the years. But truly, I believe this to be the best course of action. As you yourself observed, we have invaluable ties to the local community, forged through years of concerted effort. Ul'dah is our home, Alphino. To cast aside everything we have built and start anew in that desolate wasteland would be beyond reckless. The decision is yours to make, Antecedent. I only ask that you recall the shared purpose which first moved us to found the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and which moved you to found the Path of the 12 ere that. We aspire to an ideal, you and I, just as my grandfather did. That makes us more than mere comrades in arms. We are as much your family as... That will be all, Alphino. I am sure you have some familial affairs of your own to attend to. Your concern is most generous, but no, I have left them in the hands of men better suited to the task than I. I could not very well allow my personal affairs to come before the needs of the Order, after all. So he's got somebody else watching his sister, rather than going out and doing it himself. So, moving on. Aiming, healing, casting. This is a ring, so... got a level 30 and a level 39 ring. This is a level 70 ring. I think that's going to be a bit of a boost. Let's see. Level 30. Yep. I'll replace it over the brand new ring. Leaf Ul'dah, has it truly come to this? Oh, Caden, pray attend to Alphino. He is engaged in some business or other and requires your assistance. Pray be on your way. Alphino waits upon you, and I have much to think about. Oh, and tell him he shall have my answer in due time. Moving on up. We're right back here where we found him last time. Confound it, she knows what must be done, and still she hesitates. All because of these fanciful rumors. I should explain. Minfilia's mother, well, adoptive mother, was among the great many who perished during the calamity. Flamin was her name, though you may know her better as Songstress of Ul'dah. She was a performer of singular talent and much beloved by the people of Eorzea, not to mention a certain Charlian minstrel. As you may imagine, the news of her passing was greeted with shock and disbelief by her adoring followers, many of whom refused to acknowledge what had happened. That her body was never found only served to encourage speculation. Minfilia, too, struggled at first to accept the truth. But as Flamin's absence stretched for months into years, she saw that there could be no other explanation. Until recently, at any rate. For whatever reason, rumors have once again begun to circulate that Flamin is alive and well. One of our informants, Father Elude, has sent word that a woman matching the songstress's description has been seen of late at the seaside resort of Costa del Sol. If we can succeed in tracking her down, I have no doubt that any worries that now plague Minfilia's heart might be assuaged. I mean to set forth for La Nacia at once. Let us reconvene there and inquire with Master Gagaruju as the veracity of these rumors. Alrighty. Off to Costa del Sol. No, that's not what I want to do. Not Wine Port. It's nearby. But I want to go right to Costa del Sol. Alrighty, Costa del Sol. There's the and actually, I want to. I can fly now. Oh, before I forget, almost forgot. The end of that last stream, we did get another mount. The Magitech armor. Now I can finally travel properly in a lot of these areas. Oh, I didn't. I need to double check my settings for the pet hotbar when I'm on a mount like this, because I can shoot the guns and fire a grenade. They don't do anything; they're just decorative. But I can. Excuse me. Excuse me, level 100 Pictomancer. You don't need to stand right in his face when others are coming up here too. Oh, sweet siren of the sands, my Makote muse, why have you forsaken me? Titan's Bane? I mean Caden. What brings you to my humble resort? Flamine, you say? You mean to tell me the goddess made flesh who dwelt among us until so very recently was the songstress of Ul'dah? Egaz, woman! If I had known that, I would have chained her to my bedpost and never let her leave. I mean, if that's what she's into and you don't mind it, go for it. Oh, for shame, to think she now plies her trade for the riffraff off to the west, or wherever she said she was going. It's a tragedy, I say. A tragedy! West, is it? I'll see him. Alphino, where do you come from? Oh, he's right there, okay. West, is it? Thank you, Master Gagaruju. Your information will serve us well. That said, there are any number of places she could be. I shall begin my search by the docks and see if any witnesses might have some knowledge to spare. I would be most appreciative if you could travel on to Wineport and do the same. And from here, there's the option to teleport to Wineport. But given that I can fly now, I'm going to save some gil. I'm just going to fly there. Look at the smoke coming up out of that mountain there. Ever just get that dry tickle in the back of your throat that likes to pop up now and then, just to be annoying? And then go away until the absolutely worst moment. Oh, there he is. Well, if it isn't Caden, the savior of Wineport, to what do we owe the pleasure? Ah, yes, we did receive a custom matching that description. She was a delight to behold, to give the woman her due, but her perfume was so ghastly, I had no choice but to eject her from the premises. Interfering with tastings, you understand. If she is your quarry, why not consult your blind associate? His olfactory perception is without peer. Given that I can smell the woman from a mile away, I dare say he can smell her from 10. Alrighty. And a hop, and a hop, and a hop, hip, hip, and a hop, hop, hop. And a hip hip hop and a hip hip hop. You want to know if I've seen a Makote lass by the name of Flamine? I wish. I haven't seen a lass of any description for far too bloody long. Accepting yourself, of course. Okay. Talk out to Shamani Lamani. I see you've had many grand adventures since we last spoke, Kaden. You must share them with me sometime. The girl from a little while ago, one does not forget a perfume like that. So robust and intoxicating, yet simultaneously familiar. Reminiscent of a bloom native to these parts, in fact. I said as much when we spoke. She complimented my powers of observation and asked me where she might find some of the flowers. So I told her to follow the road south into Raincatcher Gully and then head east after crossing the second bridge. The flowers which grow in the shade of the cliff have the strongest scent, you see. If you make haste, you may yet find her there. I'll go ahead. Fly and get there as quick as possible. Over the hill, under the arches. Somewhere in this vicinity. Oh. I'm going to do any fighting. I'm not going to make sure Carby is out. And the last of the food I've got on me. Galu! Moldy sneeze, ew. He's got an attack called Moldy Sneeze, and one of the rewards you get is his fang. I don't know that I want anything that's been in that Gabu's mouth. I am in your debt, stranger. I did not realize my activities had aroused the Gabu's ire until it was too late. Their oils can be used to make a perfume, you see, and I Flamine, I don't. Who are you? Whom do you serve? It appears you've already found our woman. Consider me impressed, my friend. The songstress Fulda, I presume. Minfilia, or should I say Acilia, is looking for you. Acilia? You are the very picture of health, milady, yet the world thinks you dead. I can only conclude that this was by design. The question is, why? Not everyone who endeavors to find me does so with the best intentions, child. You'll be pleased to know that I fully intend to reveal myself to Minfilia when the time is right. Oh, well, that does please me, more than you know. But tell me, sojourns in the forest of Lanacia aside, when exactly will the time be right? When I deem it so. Do you imagine I traveled all this way on a whim? As I was telling your associate prior to your intrusion, I came here to harvest these flowers for use in a perfume. Does that satisfy your curiosity, or would you interrogate me further? My apologies for the interruption. Anyway, now that we all have that which we came for, might we continue this conversation in a safer locale? Wineport, say? So it gave me the chance to fight that one Gabu. Kinda itching to fight something else, though. There. Because you being, geez, 20 levels above those guys, doesn't exactly make that much of a fight. Steer clear of the trees a little bit here. I might have overshot him a little bit. This is not at all how I envisioned it. I can scarce begin to imagine what emotions will go through in Philia's heart when she reunites with her mother after all these years. Let's see, I said I was going to go ahead and... Actually, what is this one over here? Oh, cooking sherry. Okay. Casting. Place that in the armory chest. I didn't want armory chest character. Limits and ring. Dark light band of casting. Okay. Flamine. I'm going to be getting a new choker here soon. You say my daughter awaits us in Vesper Bay, yes? I have kept her waiting long enough. Let us be off on the next ferry. I can finish fashioning the perfume along the way. Understood. Come with me. It would be my pleasure to escort you to the Waking Sands. I still think Walking Sands would make for a great hidden base name. Oh, that was a quick and easy, cheap teleport. Antecedent, you have a guest. Lemmin. Asila. Silly. I haven't seen her like this in years, Caden. All huggy cuddly with her mama. I never truly believed it when they told me you were dead, but what kept you away for so long? The Imperials came for me, as I always knew they would, so I resolved to stay as far away from you as I could, lest their pursuit of me endanger you and our cause. I could think of no better way to grant you the freedom to continue our work. And continue it you did, achieving things I would never have imagined possible. I followed your every success and celebrated it in secret. I'm so proud of you, Asila. I learned from the best. I have a gift for you. Celestia perfume, you remembered. How could I ever forget? You wore it all the time. Let's see. If ever I lost sight of you, I could find you again just by following my nose. I did not think it was made... Let's see. I did not think it was made anymore. You must have gone to so much trouble. It was no trouble at all, my darling. I fear I cannot say the same for Caden, however. I could not have made it without her. Thank you, Caden. Thank you both. There's something else. This is the cat's eye I found all those years. So this is the cat's eye I found. All these years you kept it. My father was a member of the Alamegan Resistance. When I was yet a child, he brought me here to Ul'dah. The accident which claimed his life happened shortly after our arrival. It was Lamine who took care of me then. She raised me as her own, taught me everything I needed to know how to survive, including how to trim those wonderful extra bushy eyebrows. I am no stranger to the facts of your history, yet I fear I have failed to grasp their implications. It is clear that there is much more to do. Much more I do not know, and you and your mother both. One of her first lessons to me concerned mining, and I was a very dedicated student. This cat's eye was the first stone I This cat's eye was the first stone I unearthed. It wasn't much, but I was exceedingly proud to have found it nonetheless. So I gave it to Lamine as a gift. She said it was beautiful, but there I am at a loss. Why are you returning this to me? Is something amiss? No, Assia, nothing is amiss. Quite the opposite. I need you to realize how far you've come, and how much further you must still go. You and your allies have accomplished more than I could ever have hoped. You have succeeded where I failed, and made me so proud that words fail me. But even as I marvel at the woman you've become, and all the many things you've done, I cannot help but think of that which you have yet to do, and of what it may entail. Assia, daughter, you cannot stay here anymore. You and the Scions must leave Ul'dah. Lamine! Yes, you built it once, Assia. You can build it again, and this time we'll do it together. Truly? You got it, dude. Alphino, time has come for the Scions to leave Vesper Bay. We shall establish a new headquarters in Revenant's Toll, as you proposed. Much work lies ahead of us. Inform our fellow Scions and send word to the students of Valdesian. Preparations begin at once. Don't know if I 100% trust those eyes. Defending, maiming, striking. Money. Choker, aiming, healing, casting. Yep, big improvement over what I've got now. So I can probably do to upgrade some of my other gear too. Some of the other accessories. It is all well and good that we have found ourselves a new home in Revenant's Toll. There's so much to be done, and in so little time. Our first step will be to secure the cooperation of the Adventurers Guild representatives there. Were it not for the Guild's considerable efforts, the original Camp Revenant's Toll would have never been established, much less its more heavily fortified successor. However, with construction still ongoing and resources in short supply, it seems certain that the Guild will require something in return for their support, sympathetic to our cause though they may be. Whatever they ask, I shall not begrudge it. To be plain, we need them more than they need us. Without their assistance, such essential tasks as securing new facilities, cultivating relationships with local merchants, and recruiting adventurers would prove difficult, if not impossible. You need not concern yourself with such matters, antecedent. Really, Alphino, if I need concern myself with anything, it surely matters such as here. Indirectly, perhaps. I submit that you might instead concern yourself with a different matter, namely, to whom the resolution of such matters might best be entrusted. And here I am. Nor do I come alone. May I present the esteemed emissary of the Adventurers Guild at Revenant's Toll? It is an honor, antecedent. Upon receiving word of your intentions for Master Alphino, we thought it best to begin talks at the earliest available opportunity. Know that my associates at Revenant's Toll hold the Scions of the Seventh Dawn in the highest regard. We should be honored to welcome your organization. There are, of course, certain provisions which must needs be negotiated. If it please you, I would do so. It does. Madam, unless I am mistaken, you are the one known as Caden, are you not? May I say what a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance? Yeah, keep the butter spreading on there, Admiral. Let's see here. Slaffborn spoke of you in the most glowing terms. To steal an Imperial Reaper and then use it to infiltrate a Garlean castrum is an undertaking few would complete. The few who would survive. You shall always be welcome at Revenant's Toll. We hope you will favor us with your presence ere long. Well, it would seem your reputation precedes you, Caden. Mayhap I should dispatch you to the Revenant's Toll with all haste, as first intended. But before I do that, I dare say you have earned yourself a rest. After all, you have traveled so far. Come so far. I'm not gonna try to travel so far, and there is already so much you have done for us, and for me. We will speak together anon. Till then, take care. Pardon me, the day just hit me harder than usual. Ah, Caden, were you able to get some rest? I would ask you to come with me to the Solar. Alphino has just returned, and it would seem there is something he would share with us. Yeah, I had just enough time to come over, sit down at the table, and get comfy, and then I gotta get up again because Alphino came back. You're here. Good. I come bearing news. The negotiations are concluded. And our friends at the Adventurers Guild have agreed to furnish us with new facilities and material support in exchange for our assistance in the ongoing defense and development of Revenant's Toll. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn shall have a new home in Mordona, the Rising Stones. That's a good name for us. A bittersweet victory, if truth be told. I cannot deny that I had come to look forward to Tataru's tales of our many guests and their many, many demands. From the waking sands to the rising stones, passably poetic. That wasn't your doing, was it? Of course, Urianger might not be guilty, but he's not. Actually, in this one, he is innocent. I, too, have news to share. In expectation of this momentous day, I personally informed the Alliance leaders of our plans. They have each pledged their full support, General Ralbon included. Moreover, I have decided that the time is right for us to cast off the vestiges of our Order's veil of secrecy and announce ourselves to the world. Are you sure that is wise, antecedent? If anything, it is a mere formality. Our existence is quite possibly the worst-kept secret in Eorzea. Let us affirm our identity, proclaim our achievements, that we all may know what the Scions of the Seventh Dawn stand for. Well, obvious risks apart, it would be nice to receive a little more recognition. And the people have a right to know who saved them. It is my hope that this gesture will encourage the people of Eorzea to place their trust in us. I would reveal to them the true extent of our power, yes, but in so doing, I would show them that this is a power accountable to no one, and at once to all. And one of us, we who have felled primals and faced down the Empire, to you, my fellow Scions, I would say this: prepare for the challenges which lie ahead, for they will be great indeed. Great, I say, yet no greater. Great, I say, yet no greater than us. And we will rise to them, as we have time and again, united as one. There must be some way I can... Wait, that area is said to be rich in minerals. Maybe I should ask Flamine to teach me the basics of mining, too. Tataru getting in her business ventures. Do you ever wonder how he does it? Alphino, I mean. It was almost predictable that he should appear with an emissary of the Adventurers Guild mere moments after I had expressed the need to forge ties between our organizations. Truly his sense of timing rivals even your own. Setting such mysteries aside for the present, I have a task for you. I would like you to deliver these documents to Slaftborn. They concern our forthcoming move. Do take care on the road and represent us well, Caden. So, a revenant's toll. And away we go. Alrighty, of course there's going to be all kinds of quests going on here. I was told to expect a Scion, but I didn't expect it to be you. It's been far too long, Caden. You have something for me, yes? Let's see now. Yes, everything appears to be in order. You'll be staying with us for a while, yes? What would we... With that, we had a dozen more like you. Since we don't know, we'll just give you the work of a dozen men. I jest. No, you don't. At least not completely. Alrighty, inventory. Equip with that. I have no idea why I have cooking sherry with me right now. If sherry doesn't mind being cooked, I don't mind taking around some cooking sherry. Bracelets. Back to do the work of a dozen men, I see. But I jest. Even I can appreciate that an important woman such as yourself has little time for menial tasks. But since you're here, mayhap you'd be keen on having a look around the Scion's new home. See that impressive structure over there? That's the place. Okay. Originally built to house the branch of the guild, you see. As such, it comes complete with a tavern where adventurers can rest from the road, fill their bellies with good food and drink, and their ears with tales of fortunes to be had about the realm. It may get a bit raucous at times, but I imagine it'll be as good a place as any to recruit capable men and women to your cause. Come with me, I'll show you around. Thank you, Caden. I'm quite sorry to interrupt, but I have most urgent news. We received grim tidings from Gidania, and it would appear our aid is required at once. I must ask you to report back to the Waking Sands with all due haste. Is everything quite all right, friend? I can't say I'm privy to the details, but it would appear this is no time for a leisurely tour. But no worries, you can rest assured that I'll see to all necessary arrangements. Pray return any time after you've seen to your more pressing matters. Actually, I want to go, is it going to... Yeah, okay, it's going to give me the chance. I want to... It's fun to say. Okay, none of them are who I thought they were. There's a bard, I thought, in there that you could talk to, and he would unlock the extreme versions of the dungeons and fights. Okay. Yep. Okay. So we're getting ready to leave Vesper Bay, so let's just come back to Vesper Bay. Gear's intact enough. Wait. Tataru's up here. A messenger from the Twin Adder came to the Waking Sands while you were in Mordona. I wasn't privy to his conversation with this antecedent, but I did see the look on her face after he took his leave. Something is definitely amiss. Could it be that the Ixal have summoned Garuda again? Or mayhap Imperial forces have been sighted within the Shroud? Well, whatever it may be, I'm absolutely certain it's nothing you can't handle. Now go and ask the antecedent if there's anything you can do. So after a little game crash and reset there, we are back here. We're going to speak with Minfilia. Tataru just told us that something was happening out around Gridania. Not sure if the Garuda had been resummoned. Oh, let me get my extra music out of the way there. I knew this day would come, yet I prayed it would not come so soon. We have reason to believe that another primal, or an entity resembling one, has been summoned in Gridania. So not Garuda, but something else. Thine arrival is customarily timely, Caden. The etheric waves leave little room for doubt. Thy talents will be needed ere long. If there be truth in my suspicions, 'tis a familiar foe we face, though one quite unlike the Lady of the Vortex. We dare not draw conclusions without evidence, but as Urianger says, the readings bear a strong resemblance to ones observed more than 5 years ago. Though I had hoped the Moogles guard beyond such follies. Suffice it to say, this disturbance warrants a full investigation. Thy presence hath been requested by Commander Halox. He awaiteth thee at the Adder's Nest. Pray hasten to Gridania, Caden. Yida and Papalimo will rendezvous with you there. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Alrighty. So fortunately, Gridania is going to be an easy teleport because I have that as my home base. That's where all the summoner job quests are. Alrighty. I'm going to have to wait here a moment for the NPCs to load, which is an entirely thing on my system. If you've got a beefier system, these NPCs will load much faster than they do for you than they do for me. So I just happened to notice in the chat somebody booped somebody else slightly on the nose just because. So some alchemy levels here. I need to jump back on here between episodes and do some more crafting and gathering leveling. It's a pretty decent moneymaker. You know, besides the stuff you turn into the Grand Company, you can use the seals to get ventures that you then send your retainers out to do things with, and they come back and get stuff you can sell. But you've also got... you also just craft things to put up on the market to sell. And gather things along those lines. Plus, sending your retainers out on ventures, they'll sometimes get you gear you can use too. So, there we go. Alrighty, I think we've got enough loaded in now. A pleasure to see you as always, Sergeant Einvies. Thank you for coming so swiftly. I can think of no one more qualified to... but we get ahead of ourselves. Allow me to explain. Okay, bracelet, maiming, striking. Can't really use any of those. But I get a weapon coffer. Okay. And a new minion. Okay. Buffalo Calf minion. Must pull out the new minion. Alrighty, look at him. Bunch of buffalo. Tiny little buffalo. Except you know what? You're missing your wings. Isn't a buffalo supposed to have wings? Let's see here. But actually, my item level for what I'm currently carrying is 130. So I really, opening this up, I wouldn't be able to do anything else. You know what? I might be able to give it to my retainer though. I've got her set as a summoner as well. So I can't use it, but she might be able to. Or I can sell it. So hail to the king, Kupo. There's a bracelet I could use. Much better than the one I'm wearing. Okay. Don't ask me why I saw this outfit out of the corner of my eye. For some reason I thought like Girl Scouts. Maybe it's like the combo of the green in the sweater and the bow. But that just, I mean, and for some reason that my mind went to Girl Scout type outfit there. So, not long ago, the Moogle Kupio Kop visited Adder's Nest to request an audience with the Elder Seedseer. He spoke of an imminent threat to all Moogle kind, one which would imperil the entire Twelveswood if left unchecked. You proved an able ambassador to the Sylphs. We would have you reprise the role in our dealings with the Moogles. The rest you should hear from Kupo Kop himself. He awaits you with the Elder Seedseer at the Lotus Stand. Okay. Which I believe is up over Disa way. Alrighty. Yep. Come talk to the Silent Conjurer. Who says things. Yeah, we'll proceed to the Lotus Stand. Silent Conjurer should just nod, yes, wave, gesture, you know. Don't say anything. But they still say things. So... Kuplo Kop. Please, you have to stop them, but you mustn't kill them. They're not bad Moogles, Kupo. They're just misguided. A gentle, no, firm thrashing is in order, yes, but no. Calm yourself, Kuplo Kop. Can you not see that she hasn't the faintest idea what you're talking about? Be quiet this instant. Pray, forgive his witless outburst, sister. I'm most grateful that I am you have come, Caden, and upon such short notice. Truly, Gridania could not wish for a more stalwart ally. But you are doubtless eager to know wherefore we summoned you. Our friend Kuplo Kop has brought to us news of a most unsettling development. It would seem that good King Moogle Mog XII has returned to Eorzea. A curious thing to hear, I know. Truth to tell, I myself cannot say for sure if he is a genuine figure from history or some manifestation of Moogle mythology. Kuplo here would have me believe the former. Once upon a time, we Moogles served the gods in the heavens. It was quite nice up there, unspeakably beautiful, unimaginably spacious, and with a literally endless supply of wine, Kupo. In spite of this, or possibly because of the last part, the gods eventually became discontented and started squabbling, which made life jolly difficult for the poor Moogles. So good King Moogle Mog XII, may his glorious name live forever, decreed that the time had come to leave Kupo. The realm of man would suffice, he said, so all the Moogles should live there instead. Unfortunately, the two realms are so far apart we couldn't safely fly down. But good King Moogle Mog XII, may his miraculous foresight ever be praised, knew exactly what to do, Kupo. He had a rope, you see, the longest one ever woven. This he nobly held while his subjects climbed all the way down to the world below. That is a nice little origin story, or transition story. Great little mythology. And that is how we Moogles came to this land, Kupo. All of us except good King Moogle Mog XII. May his courageous sacrifice never be forgotten. He alone would have remained in the heavens, so that Mooglekind might at last know peace. Except that he has not remained in the heavens, from what I understand. That being your reason for contacting us, yes? I'll bet he tied the rope to something. Good thinking. Remind me again what the problem was with him returning to Eorzea? The problem, Yida, lies in the fact that he was summoned. It is our belief that good King Moogle Mog XII is a myth made manifest via means akin to those employed by the beast tribes in the summoning of their gods. Wait, you're saying a handful of Moogles with a boatload of crystals wished really hard, and he just sort of appeared? Would that even work? What I cannot fathom is why they would even try. With Garuda humbled and the Ultima weapon destroyed, what new threat could have prompted them to take so drastic a measure? Might that not in itself be the answer? Twice in the last half-decade, Eorzea has been brought unto the very brink of destruction, only to be spared to the last by the heroics of a chosen few. To you who braved those tempests and survived by virtue of your own strength, this latest period of peace will doubtless seem a welcome respite. But to those who had not the power to defend themselves, who were spared only by another's grace, this is merely the calm before the storm. I think the Moogles Guard are afraid of what tomorrow will bring, and that things may not end so well as they did yesterday. That fear has driven them to call upon a greater power, one they believe can be relied upon to protect their loved ones and their homes come what may. I assure you, the Moogles Guard only want to protect the forest from outsiders, but ever since the return of the good King Moogle Mog XII, may his boundless grace fill our hearts with love, they've started to get a little carried away, Kupo. Verging on a lot, in fact. Like the sylphs who summoned Rama, you mean? We cannot discount the possibility that this entity is influencing the Moogles in a manner similar to that of a primal. We share the same concern. Whoever or whatever the king may be, it is our belief that he poses a threat, not only to Mooglekind, but to Gridania as a whole. Thus do we beseech you, Caden, confront good King Moogle Mog XII and drive him from our midst. Humbly do I thank you. The sanctuary of the Moogles Guard and their liege lords is concealed by magical wards. Brother Isumiyan of the Conjurers Guild will doubtless be able to proffer insight on how they might be dispelled. Pray seek his counsel ere you proceed any further. I'm having a thought that would tie a lot of what was just mentioned into aspects of the current latest expansions. I forget what he is. Yeah, he's in Old Gridania. Okay. Because, I mean, this might... I'll wait till it comes up. This might spoil some. But, in the whole arc of the game, there are reflections of this world. Essentially, centuries ago, this one world was split into this, the source, and 13 reflections, each of the other reflections being based on one of the elements. So light, dark, fire, thunder, and so on. And we've in the later stories, it's been revealed that there's been some transportation and transference between some of those reflections and here in the source. So I don't wonder if that legend of good King Moogle the 12th and the rope and bringing the Moogles here isn't based on them being transferred here from one of the reflections, like opening a portal and him having to stay there to keep it open. Welcome, Caden. That you should be the one to face good King Moogle the 12th is of great comfort to me and the elementals both. As I am sure you know, the Moogles are not by their nature a warlike race. Yet should the king be suffered to remain, it is like that his influence will bring about a change in them. Thus does it behoove us to defeat him quickly, before any lasting damage is done. Make whatever preparations you deem necessary, and inform me when you are ready to seek the king. I'm going to put that on real quick. So actually up to eye level 90. So the average level of my items is now level 90. I got one more ring to replace. 15, 30. Strength 3, Vitality 3. Strength 5. Actually, I don't think I'll be able to extract materia from anything else. Yeah. But I should check all my gear to be able to do that, because that materia sells well. The wards barring access to the King's Sanctuary can only be nullified through the use of enchanted keystones, the self-same method employed 5 years ago when first the King was summoned to Eorzea. It was with great regret that we were forced to sanction the slaying of the Guardians who then held the keystones, for none were in our possession at the time. By the grace of the elementals, however, we have been spared that burden on this occasion. Kuplokop confided in me that he had been entrusted with a set of keystones by the Moogles Guard themselves, yet wishing not to betray their confidence, he begged me to find some other means to gain entry to the King's sanctum. Alas, I have been unable to do so, and dare not labor any longer, for fear that the Moogles might succumb to the corrupting influence of their liege lord. We must needs have Kuplokop's keystones, Caden. Pray go to him and beg his assistance. He awaits you at Whetstone Pier. Impress upon him our great need, and I am certain he will yield. And this right here is where you would join the Conjurer's Guild to go down a healing route. Conjurer to White Mage. And just out of curiosity, yep, Whetstone Pier's up by the Lancers Guild. Sure, you become a Lancer and later Dragoon. If you like the emo angle, start Dragoon, and then when you get most of the way through it, switch to Reaper. Those are definitely a couple of emo jobs right there. So, how will you do it? Oh, he told you about that? Well, if there truly is no other way, I'll do it, Kupo. Take the ferry to Sweet Bloom Pier. I'll go on ahead. Seek passage to Sweet Bloom Pier. Mention that. Not happy Moogles. Don't you dare lie to me, Kupo. I know what you're planning, and I won't allow it. Open your eyes, Kupo. The king will never be satisfied, no matter how many crystals you bring him. We offered you a choice, and this is how you pay us? By consorting with this Aura? Imperials, Gridanians, Sylphs, you're no different from the rest of them. Actually, you're worse, Kupo. Traitor to his kinsmoogles. He plots treason against the crown. Enough. Kuplokop will answer for his crimes soon enough, as will all who defy the will of good King Moogle Mog XII. May he reign forevermore. Kupo! I like the colors of their palms. The king is planning to purge the 12th of his enemies, Kupo. We've got to stop him before it's too late. Let me get Carby out. I'll do an inventory sort here so I can have... I just have ingredients. I don't have any actual food. Okay. The entrance to Thornmarch is deep within the bramble patch. Kupo, if you take me there, I can nullify the ward. But be warned, the Moogles Guard has set traps to lure enchanted beasts. I can't hide from them, so you'll need to protect me, Kupo. Escort mission. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. And breathe once again. Make sure he's keeping up. Okay. This stuff's all low enough level, it should leave us alone. So far we fought a mushroom and some angry squirrels. The bat there was collateral damage. These things are completely ignoring me. Normally you do this much damage, they're going to be coming after me and leaving him alone. Okay. So just escorting. Oh. Oh, freaking Marlboro. Got some ceilings. Look at that! Not even a tough to fur out of place. Okay. We're here, Kupo. I don't see any more beasts. Do you? Are you ready to face the king, Kupo? Then step closer to the ward. Raise your hand and focus, like when you attune to an aetheryte. Kupo, I'll open the way for you. There we go. Now we get a queue up for another fight. The rest is up to you, Kupo. Now go and teach those foolish Moogles a lesson and send the king back whence he came. Thorn March Hard now accessible. So you go right to the hard one. Alrighty, let's get queued up for this fight, and we'll see. Average wait time 5 minutes, so that's not too bad. Alright, looks like the wait is over. We're going to jump into this Thorn March fight now against a Moogle King. So this is a fight I know very well. It's the first time Caden has run it, but I know it very well. So let's see how many other people in the fight know it. As soon as this other healer accepts and commences. There we go. Very, very Nightmare Before Christmas-esque music in this fight here. Not right out of Nightmare Before Christmas, but similar. Okay, somebody entered this as a roulette. So, oh god, it's this one. Moogles to arms! Defend the king! Kupo! Yeah, Moogle version of This Is Halloween. Alrighty. So first we take down the Moogles guard. Mog Rain of Death. Okay, so that's 3 down, 2 to go here. And Moogle Day Night Fever says Saturday Night Fever. Okay, our foe is formidable, Kupo. They're no match for our king. So now they summon the king himself. Okay, in this version of the fights, there's an extreme version of this. In this version, you don't need to take out the summoned Moogles guard again. You just can avoid them. Scatter! This is Halloween. I can never make out the lyrics because I'm too engaged in the fight. But, I can tell there's lyrics there. Deep, this is Halloween deep vibe. Nope. Okay. But if the red get together symbol like that, it's just tank stack up. Everybody else can be away. That's a stacked tank buster. You do not want to be a part of that if you're a DPS. Oh, dang it. I was going to try to drop the limit break, but we beat him. And he goes le poof. And now they've decided to scatter themselves. Okay. Got Mogpalm Coffer. Ooh, let me go ahead and grab that. And the Maleferous Mogtana, which is a katana. It's a samurai's weapon with the Moogle piece on it. Oh. I gotta get out of here before I can open that coffer. And I got 2 combinations out of that, too. I'm always surprised when, as a summoner, I get recognized by the other players. You did it, Kupo! You did it! Good King Mooglemog the 12th, may his mighty soul rest in peace, is no more! I shudder to think what might have happened had you not stopped the Moogles guard when you did. Thank you, Caden. Perhaps now they'll come to their senses and stop playing at fairy tales. Rest assured that the chieftain will have choice words for them, too. You should go and tell Puckneypock that the king is no more, Kupo. She's with Rhea O at Camp Tranquil and can relay the news to the chieftain. Wait, Camp Tranquil. South Shroud. I'm currently in East Shroud, so yep. So we'll just teleport over there. Got over this way. That's right. When you're doing the White Mage job quests, you do a lot more with the Moogles, and this particular the brother and sister, Raya O, and the other guy that we talked to earlier in the Black Robes. Do I dare believe my ears? Good King Moogle Mog the 12th, may his magnificent virtue serve as an example to us all, has fallen. All Moogle kind owes you a debt, Kupo. Ah, and I sense Raya O wishes to congratulate you as well. I shall let you two speak without fear of interruption. Your bravery and service to the Twelves would, and her Moogles shall not be forgotten, Caden. My sister will doubtless wish to hear the tale of this great victory from the mouth of the woman responsible. Pray return to the Lotus Stand and treat her to a full account of the day's events, while the details are yet fresh in your mind. Alrighty. We'll just teleport there and do that. Yeah, Conjurer's Guild is where I wanted to go. Again, and not just to speak to the Silent Conjurer, but to have him speak to me, which, silent, he shouldn't be speaking back to me. I'm sorry, but Yida going splashing through the water in those metal boots she's got on. Caden, you are returned to us, unharmed and victorious. Thus have I two reasons to be glad. Yet many questions remain unanswered. If you would be so kind as to oblige me, I would fain hear all that occurred in Thornmarch. Wah 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 wah. Then it is as we feared. The king really is a primal. But he really isn't, is he? I mean, the Moogles don't worship him, for one thing. He's not even a god to them. That doesn't sound like any primal I've ever heard of. And mayhap the fault lies with the definition. The fact remains that through a combination of the power contained in crystals and the force of their collective faith, the Moogles called forth a being that by right should not exist. Moreover, when slain, said being left no corpse, the aether which comprised him instead being scattered to the four winds. According to the accepted definition, he may not be a primal, but the mode of his manifestation was in every respect the same. Which means... Scions. This whole business reeks of their handiwork. Kupopo! They said it was a masked man who had taught them how, years ago, but Gridania has no shortage of masked men, and I never thought to question... Confound it all! How many more will they ensnare with their tainted gifts? Too many, I fear. So long as there are paragons to stir the embers, fools to build the pyre, and crystals to feed the flames, ever and again shall we suffer primal visitation. A somber thought, but a salutary one. My heartfelt thanks, Caden. Already, the information you have provided has proven invaluable. The Grand Serpent Marshal and I have much to discuss. Oh, before you do, my lady, I was hoping we might finish discussing that other matter. The matter of which you speak has even now been settled. The Scions shall not want for support. We shall be glad to send additional supplies to Revenant's Toll. We knew we could count on you, my lady. While Yida and I remain to discuss the particulars of our arrangement with the Elder Seedseer, mayhap you can return to the Waking Sands and apprise the antecedent of all that has transpired. Sure, well, you guys stay here and chill out in the cool pond. I'll go back to the war-torn area. Actually, I'd rather do that than listen to the Moogle hover all day, so I won't complain any more than that. Okay, now that I remember where it is I'm supposed to go... Scions are moving their headquarters to Revenant's Toll. They just haven't done it yet. So into the solar. So I don't know why they call it the solar. There's no sunlight in here anywhere. It's all underground. It's all wood and everything in here, artificial lighting. So I don't know why they call it a solar. It's good to see you hale and healthy, Caden. I received word from Yida and Papa Limo that you had felled good King Moogle the 12th, but I had hoped to hear your version of the tale. So it was as they said, summoned with the same method used by the Beast Tribes and taught by the Scions. Though unfortunate, this incident did at least serve to remind the Elder Seedseer of our usefulness. Her offer of additional support could not have come at a better time. My thanks, Caden. Alrighty. Now we're going to go ahead and call this an episode here. So thank you for watching. Be sure and give the video a like, give the channel a subscribe, and ring ding rang clang that bell so you get notifications when these videos go up and others appear on the channel. If you're hanging out with me live, you're at twitch.tv/Elecnor. Hang out just a little bit. We'll do a couple more side things and then call it a night. If you like the video, share it with your friends. If you didn't like the video, share it with your enemies. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye now.